begins to bless the building. We want to unveil the painting to remind us of who the saint is, who St. Aloysius Gonzaga is, and always be a reminder that this catechetical building, everything in it will be teaching and catechesis for us. So David, would you come forward for the unveiling and tell us about your painting?
Awesome.
Welcome everybody.
Thank you so much. Just talk right in and put your lips up almost on there.
A little over a year and a half ago, Father Norbert asked me if I would paint a portrait. I do portrait painting, so it wasn't just out of the blue. For the new center. I was very proud to accept this honor and privilege. I went home, I was very jazzed up. I had some ideas. I started doing research. And I don't know if y'all are familiar with St. Gonzaga, but I wasn't. And when I looked it up, I quickly found out he was born in the 1500s. So as far as getting photographs of what he did, became a little more difficult. But that's when the excitement really began, and my journey on who Gonzaga was, with a lot of articles and books, started to come together. And a lot of praying, I began to build an idea of what is life. I wanted to portray it on canvas because he had a very short life. He only lived to be 23, but he had a very meaningful life. So the painting depicts a montage that's going to highlight some of the important moments. And I have a fabulous assistant here. That's my wife. I'm not supposed to say her name, but the montage begins with Aloysius as a child who he enjoyed teaching catechism to other children. So that's seen in that verse. That was a very important part of his life as he began. As he got older, he became very involved with those stricken with the plague, spending many hours with them. Across the painting, he was visited twice by the Archangel Gabriel. This is the depiction of the second visit where Gabriel told Aloysius of the day of his impending death, which did in fact happen on that day. The next scene is a famous memorial of a statue of Aloysius carrying a plague victim. The statue resides outside of St. Aloysius Church at the Gonzaga University in Spokane, Washington. Now at the center of the painting is St. Aloysius with his ever-present crucifix. A lot of literature you read and many of the things, artifacts, that is most present. So I wanted to include that. The background is a stained glass window of the Blessed Mother to whom he prayed to regularly. At the lower right-hand corner is a scroll with a prayer offered up to St. Aloysius from our youth. And finally, throughout the painting, you'll notice 4 symbols attached to this particular saint. They include, and some of them maybe, I hid a few of them, so it's kind of fun. Lilies for his innocence. There's a cross for piety and sacrifice. A rosary for his devotion to Mary. And a skull referring to his early death. Father Norbert, I want to thank you so much for this extraordinary honor. And by the way, we'll be passing out a little something for everybody. Thank you.
Thank you, David. Thank you, David. I hope that all who see the painting are inspired. And as we tell our youth now, the building is named after the patron saint of youth, St. Aloysius Gonzaga. And as you heard, he died at a very early age. And he died while he was doing community service. So parents, when you tell your children in confirmation that it won't kill them, it might. So be careful. And we want them always to remember that even our youth are important in building up the kingdom of God. After much work and prayer by so many members of our parish, we have gathered here to bless and dedicate this new catechetical center under the patronage of St. Aloysius Gonzaga, the patron saint of youth. Here in this place, the youth will learn their Catholic faith, and the adolescents, or teenagers and young adults, will deepen their commitment to live as Christ has taught us. And now I turn it over to Bishop to begin our ceremony.